entertainment, baby. Zillionaire 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 entertainment, baby.
All right, what's going on? It's your boy Zillionaire. Welcome to the show. You know, the truth speaker, the guy that makes everybody mad. What's going on? We got some stuff to talk about in the black community. We got a lot to discuss here. A lot of stuff to discuss. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you are new to the channel, you have to be a monthly member in order to interact in the comments section. No trolls on this channel. No trolling. Either you support the channel or you sit back and watch from a distance. But anyway, if you want to interact in the live chat, if you want exclusive perks, or you want to be a moderator and all that other good stuff, members only videos, stuff like that, free stock money and all that, you got to be a monthly member. Now, I'm going to say a bunch of stuff tonight is going to make people mad because let me tell y'all something. The sad part about it in the black community, we're not allowed to hold women accountable. We're not allowed. And let me play Shiraza Ali. Y'all know my favorite clip from her. Now, let me tell you why we're not allowed to call out this behavior, how black women are very sexually reckless. Let's just call it what it is. Black women have become sexually reckless. They sleep with multiple men, have multiple baby daddies by multiple no good men. I'm going to say it again. Black women have become sexually reckless. They have babies by all these no good men, and then they beg the system for help. Instead of finding a good man to have children by, finding a good husband to build a family with, they don't want that. They don't want, these women rather be single mothers than to build a family with a black man. And then got a nerve to get mad when successful black men marrying outside their culture. These women crying about eviction and having a bunch of kids. Ma'am, if you would have chose a father figure, if you would have chose a good man, you wouldn't worry about getting evicted. If you would have chose a brother that got something going on, you wouldn't have to worry about being evicted, ma'am. You wouldn't have to worry about that. Because if you had a good husband, a good man, he'll take care of you and your children. Y'all have a roof over your head. You got food on the table. You got a nice warm house. Winter is here. Winter is right around the corner. It's wintertime, and women are getting evicted with children in the wintertime. You should have had a husband. Hot girl summer is over. All that twerking, spending all that pandemic money, spending all that unemployment money, running the streets, buying all this stuff, sleeping around, going to hotels. Now you got to face up to reality. Now I'm going to play a few videos where these women begging the white man for money. Black women sleep around with no good men, have babies by no good men, then complain and beg the system for help. See, black women, if you learn how to get you a good man and build a family, you wouldn't have to worry about that. Am I right? Am I right? Hello, somebody. I know when the brothers speak the truth, don't nobody want to hear that part, though. Nobody want to hear that. Nobody want to hear that. If y'all choose better in men, y'all got to worry about your white daddy. Y'all have babies by no good niggas and beg your white daddy for money. Now let's listen to these black women beg the white man. Let's listen. We're going to watch a bunch of videos where black women begging the white man for help. You don't have to beg the white man for anything when you have you a good husband, ma'am. When you have a good man, when you choose better. You want the street bum, the street thug. You let the street bum nut up in you. You let the little no good nigga bust up in you. You're bringing the stray dog off the street and you think you ain't going to catch fleas? You bring a stray dog in, a stray cat in your house, you think you ain't going to catch fleas? What the hell you thought? What you thought it was? Y'all mess with stray dogs, men that can't do nothing for you. Now you begging a white man. Let's listen to these black women beg the white man for help instead of finding good husbands to take care of them and their families. But no, black women they don't want no good man. They like no good pieces of shit. Now let's listen to these black women who are sexually reckless. Black women are sexually reckless, and we're supposed to feel sorry for them. Let's listen to her beg the white man for help, like they always do.
Authority to enact an eviction ban during public health crises. The bill was unveiled at an anti-eviction rally Tuesday outside Congress, led by a delegation of 11 tenants from across the United States who've been evicted or are facing eviction and mounting rental debt. This is Vivian Smith with the Miami Workers Center.
I've been forced to choose between food, rent, too many times. Many of us had to make the choice of the choices between our health or our homes. The rent eats first.
That ain't right.
Do y'all hear that bullshit?
Authority and mounting rental.
I want y'all to hear how stupid she sounds. We're forced to pick between food and rent. Man, you were forced to pick a good man. How about that? You were forced to pick a good husband. How about that? Now she got a nerve to talk about choices. See, they only talk about choices when it benefits them. That's the only time they talk about choice, making good choices. Now you talking about choices? You had a choice, ma'am. But you want to get pregnant by no good Ray and Pookie. You let them bum-ass, dirty dick niggas bust up in you. Now you want to beg the white man, blame the white man for your circumstances. The white man has nothing to do with your circumstances and your choices in life, ma'am. He has nothing to do with that. You chose that lifestyle. You chose not to build a family. You chose not to have a husband. You chose to have babies out of wedlock. You chose to have sex with no good niggas. Now you talking about a choice of rent and food. But you wasn't talking about choices before you had babies. Uh-oh. Now she talking about choices between food and rent. You had a choice to pick you a good man. Did you take advantage of it? No. They kill me talking about choices. Yeah, you do got choices, and you chose that lifestyle. And we're supposed to feel sorry for these women. Instead of calling out their sexual reckless behavior. When you have multiple baby daddies, you're being sexually reckless. I don't care what you say. You're being reckless with your body. And no fathers, no husband. And now you begging the white man, what white daddy, can you.
And Senator Elizabeth Tuesday outside
crying to your white daddy. If you had you a husband, you wouldn't have to cry to your white daddy.
Congress led by a delegation.
The white man is racist, but black women always begging a white man for something. Black women always begging a man for, always begging.
Of 11 tenants from across the United States who've been evicted or are facing eviction and mounting rental debt. This is Vivian Smith with the Miami Workers Center.
I've been forced to choose between food, rent, too many times. Many of us had to make the choice of the choices between our health or our homes.
She's talking about choices now. Woo, ma'am, you weren't talking about choices before you had babies. You had a choice to be a single mother or a married woman. You had a choice to have a career. You had a choice to get an education. You didn't do that. Now you crying to the white man about your situation. Now you're begging they always begging their white daddy for something. Now we're gonna watch some other videos. They always begging their white daddy for something. Ma'am, you should have chose to get a husband. And now you wouldn't be choosing between food and rent. You should have chose a better father for your kids. You wouldn't have to be begging the white man right now. I don't feel sorry for women who are sexually reckless. I'm sorry. Society tells us you have to feel sorry for single mothers. No, I don't. That's a choice. Let me tell you something. I watch Kevin's show. And the reason why I watch Kevin's show, because he's on point with his message. You don't have to agree with everything he say. That's fine. But Kevin is on point with his message. I don't care what nobody says. And a lot of stuff he says, I've been saying it for a long time. He just got the platform and he got heard with it. But women call his show and they tell Kevin, and it's mind blowing how black women will choose single motherhood over getting married. I'm going to say this again. Black women choose single motherhood over finding a good husband. It's mind blowing. The women that call into his show and tell him, I'd rather be a single mother. I could do it myself. I don't need what? And this is women before they have children. And then the women that have kids, now all of a sudden they're calling him talking about, I need a high value man. Ma'am, it don't work like that. You should have found you a man of quality before you had all those kids. So the women, before they have babies, they call in Kevin talking about something. I could be a single mother. I could have kids on my own. I make enough money to have kids. And then you look at the other women, years later, they call in because they got a bunch of kids. Now you need a husband. Black women are the only race of women that don't believe in building with their men. I know y'all don't like what I'm saying, but it's true. Black women are the only culture of women that don't believe in building with their men. They sleep with their men. They'll have babies with a man, but they won't build with you. They're more safe they feel more safe being a single mother struggling because they feel like the white system will take care of them. They don't mind begging the white man for everything instead of actually getting married and finding you a good black man to build a family with. They don't want that. They'd rather be single mothers and live off the system, live off the government. The majority of them. There's only about 10% of women, black women, 10 to 15% of black women that have good careers and good jobs and stuff like that. That's a small percentage. I'm speaking of the large majority, common sense. If you don't have common sense to understand, I'm talking about the large majority, then you're just stupid. It's a very handful of women that are, that understand they need a husband, they have careers, they are mothers. It's a small percentage of women that don't live off the system. Very small percentage. About 15 to 10% of women, especially in the Black community, make what, $30,000 to $40,000 a year, and that's a small, very small percentage. About 50% of Black women make about 30 to 40,000 a year. I'm sorry. But anyway, whatever that percentage is, whatever it is, it's one of those percentages. I got to look it up again. But it doesn't matter about the percentages. The fact is, the single mother homes is just too much. It's just too many single mother homes. And we watch these women cry, and we're supposed to feel sorry for these women getting evicted. If you had a good husband, would you be getting evicted, ma'am? No. If you would have built a family with a man that got something going on, would you be getting evicted, ma'am? No. If you wouldn't have had all these kids by all these different men, would you be getting evicted, ma'am? No. Let's watch another video. We always supposed to feel sorry for women, no matter what they do.
To be in effect, we are the people that live in it, and we are the people that going through it, trying to pay my rent. And
from Miami, a single mom who's faced eviction with her children and
always facing eviction with your children. And we're supposed to feel sorry for women that choose to be single mothers. Everybody's supposed to just, the government, GoFundMe, everybody pays for these women. Taxpayers, everybody pays for these women. Everybody. They just sit on their ass and have babies and live off the system and cry.
Leader with the Miami Workers Center. And another member of the tenant delegation joins us from Moorhead, Kentucky. Faith Blank is 17 years old, a high school student who faced eviction in March along with her significance of
the eviction moratorium, trying to warning. What happened to me was I got evicted, trying to pay my rent and see about my kids' eating, health, and I was invited on a trip with me and other tenants all across the world. We came with one purpose, and to make it be clear and known that we need the eviction moratorium and the National Tenant Bill of Rights.
So women, single mothers, all came together to beg the white man. I don't understand Black women anymore. I just don't understand them. I don't get it. They are so backwards in life. They start off their lives having babies by multiple men. They live off the system, and then they complain. They all come together in Miami to beg the white man for a check. They don't come together to talk about how we should try to get husbands and build families. I'm so confused. They don't come together to say, we need to find a good man so we can build a family structure. We can have a home. I need to build something with the man. Not have babies by multiple men and beg the system. So in essence, the system, the white daddy, that's their man. That's the one they depend on. They rather rely on the white man than build a family with Black men. And I'm going to talk about that later. Black women have come to a place they rather rely on the white man instead of building with their Black men. Welfare is the worst thing that ever happened to the Black community. When Black women chose welfare over their men, that was the worst thing that ever happened. And they passed down that generational curse. You don't need no man. Black men ain't shit. You don't need Black men. Just depend on the government. And now Black women have that ideology in their mind. We don't need Black men. We got our white daddy. We don't need you. We got the government. Black men, you're just there to fuck them and put babies in them. That's it. That's it. Black men have just become a tool. Just ding-a-ling. That's it. They always begging us. How do y'all come together to beg the white man? Talking about Black women from all over come together to beg the white man for a check. You can't pay your rent. Why? What? Why did you have children with out of wedlock? And that's why they have children out of wedlock, because the welfare system has told them, black women, you don't need black men. All you got to do is depend on the system. That's why, I swear to God, black women have become the right hand of white supremacy. Not only do they beg the white man, not only do they live off the white man, not only do they live off of welfare, they also put black men in prison. Black women say, we don't need black men. They live off the system. They'll put us in prison and they'll put us on child support. And we're supposed to feel sorry for these women. They refuse to find a good brother to build with. And then they got a nerve to get mad when black men marry other cultures of women. Y'all get mad. Y'all pick the no good niggas. And then the successful good brothers, when we step outside of y'all, it's a problem. He don't love his mother. All this other stupid stuff. He don't love his mommy, this and that. Because black men are seeing we can't build with y'all, especially successful black men. Successful black men are seeing I can't build with black women. And it's a fact. Your boy Jeezy, he grew up with black women his entire life. And he married an Asian woman because Jeezy couldn't find one black woman to build with. Young Jeezy, he could not find a black woman to build with. So he had to find an Asian woman to build with because no black woman was willing to build with him. Black women were only wanting to use him. Black women just wanted to use Jeezy and run their mouth. Jeezy like, damn, I can't build with none of these black women. God damn. They don't want to build with black men. They want to have babies, live off the government, and use black men, either for dick or for money or for both. They use the system. They use GoFundMe. They use OnlyFans. Somebody's always funding these women. Everybody funds them. The taxpayers, everybody. Simps, sugar daddies, it doesn't matter. Everybody's funding these women. And that's why they act like spoiled brats, because they are. Somebody's always paying for them, and they don't have to get off their stinking ass. Instead of get off your stinking ass, stop opening your legs, getting pregnant. Get off your funky ass. All you do is spread your legs for no good ass men. And we supposed to boo, ooh, she getting evicted. And we supposed to cry. You don't cry for a man that loses his job and get behind in child support. Hello, somebody. I'm going to say this again. We don't put up GoFundMes for black men that lose their job and have to pay child support, do we? We don't give a shit about black men who go through stuff with their financial situation and they trying to work. They get laid off. Something happens. They get injured or something and they can't work. Ain't nobody putting them no GoFundMes for black men to be black fathers. No. Ain't nobody doing that for black men. Nobody gives a shit about black men. Let a black man lose his job. They'll laugh at your ass. They'll laugh at you, nigga. You better find you some other work. Let a father have problems finding a job or finding some income. Society will laugh at him. Let him put up a GoFundMe saying, look, I'm behind in my child support. Can y'all help me out till I get another job? They'll laugh at a black man. Would nobody help him? So shut the fuck up. Don't nobody help black men. Black men understand we got to build something for ourselves and for our children. I'm talking about real black men. We understand we don't have a crutch. We don't have the white man. We don't have all this other outsources where people are giving us shit. Nobody give black men shit. We got to fight, survive, and we got to invest our own money to become successful. Black men, we got to be lions in this jungle. You got to be a lion. Like there's no way in between this. Only the strong survive. And men understand only the strong survive. We got to build something, but our women don't want to build with us. And I think that's sad. It is. They'd rather be single moms and beg the government instead of finding a black man to build a family with. That is sad. Like, they have become sad. Like, really. They're more comfortable begging a white man. And you look like Harriet Tubman's niece. You look like you just jumped off the slave ship. She looked like she just jumped off the slave ship.
Action put in place so that tenants like me and my tenants that was from all over the walks of different states came together so that Congress, Bush can join us as enforcing that we need this eviction moratorium.
We need it, Mr. White Man. Mr. White Man, I'd rather have babies by no good men and beg y'all for a check, Mr. White Man. Hey, Mr. White Man, I'd rather have babies out of wedlock because you told us that you would take care of us. Mr. White Man, you supposed to take care of us, Mr. White Man. You supposed to, when I have babies, you supposed to make sure I got a place to stay. I'm not supposed to get evicted, Mr. White Man. You gave us welfare. You gave black women welfare. So the white man need to stay up with his part of the bargain. Your slavery mentality. You women have been brainwashed to depend on the government and not try to build with your men. And then get mad when successful black men marry other cultures of women. Y'all already got a man, your white daddy. He's your man.
For real,
y'all depend on your white daddy, you beg your white daddy, and everything else. Y'all depend on your white daddy, you beg your white daddy for everything. Instead of getting a black man to build with and depending on y'all building a family and some generational wealth and the prosperity. They don't want that. They're more comfortable with begging a white man and having multiple babies by multiple no good men.
It's like me and my colleagues that joined me on the DC trip to be in effect. You know, we are the people that live in it and we are the people that going through it.
And guess what? You didn't have to go through it if you found you a husband, ma'am. You would not be going through it if you chose single motherhood. You chose that, and you chose to live off the government. And we're supposed to feel sorry. This is just I don't understand this shit. It's crazy.
The warehouse was getting very infested with the virus. And I choose to just stay home because I didn't want to endanger my kids' health with that. So from staying home.
How has the pandemic worsened the eviction crisis, especially where you are in Florida and in Miami, which you call a city of renters? Talk about your decision to leave Amazon.
My decision was to better for my health. At the time, the warehouse was getting very infested with the virus, and I choose to just stay home.
Boom. Now you hear what she just said. Where she was working at, people were catching the virus, and she chose to stay home. So listen, ma'am. See, let me tell you something. First of all, that's not a good mother at all. I put a mask on, take your ass to work, because you ain't got no man. You ain't got a man. But she thought staying home that the government would pick up the slack. Y'all see this shit? You got kids and you stayed home? I don't give a shit if they got COVID going on and at the job. You better take your ass to work and wear a mask. You better wear a mask all day long. You better cover up and take your ass to work. I chose to stay home because, you know, I'm a single mother and the government should just take care of us. These women actually believe that everybody's supposed to take up for their slack. You're a horrible mother for the fact that you didn't provide a good father figure. You're a horrible mother because you chose to stay home because COVID was going on. So you decided to sit on your ass and beg the government to stop you from being evicted. If you had a husband, you wouldn't worry about that. Because guess what? A man fuck COVID. If you got to work, he got to work. He don't give a fuck about COVID. Ain't no man gonna stay home. You got bills to pay. See, men, we understand that we don't live in a delusional ass world where we think the government and everybody else gonna save our black ass. See, men, we live in reality. Women, y'all live in delusional fantasies. Y'all delusional. I don't give a shit about no COVID. I'm taking my black ass to work if I gotta go to work. I'm just saying. Thank God I'm my own boss now. I'm my own boss and I'm an independent contractor in the entertainment industry. Thank God. I'm my own boss. I don't have to punch the clock for nobody. Thank God. But I earned that because I built my brand. I built my businesses. I invested my own money. I made my own investments. Thank God. He gave me the wisdom to run my company and to make investments. Thank God. I wasn't meant to work for anyone. If you would have found you a husband, he would have took his black ass to work. He said, what? I stay home, what? Ain't no man. See, us men, we understand we can't stay home. We don't give a fuck if we got to go to work and we got to fight bears and lions. See, us men, we don't give a shit. We understand reality is we got to get this money. Men understand reality is ain't nobody going to give us shit. Ain't nobody going to pay our fucking bills. We got to go get this money. Fuck it. I don't give a fuck if it's alligators at work. That's men. We don't give a shit if it's bears, lions, and alligators. We'll go to work and fight the bears, alligators, and lions and make that money. We don't give a shit. We don't give a fuck if it's pythons at work. Anacondas. We'll fight anything and get that money. That's just us men. We understand. We live in reality. We live in reality. We don't give a shit. We don't care. We got kids. Women. They don't live in that reality. Because everybody gives them something. So if everybody's giving you something, that's where the entitlement has come from with this generation of women. They're so entitled. They're just entitled. She feels she can go sit on her ass because COVID started. COVID started, and I just decided to stay home because I didn't want to infect my children. Ma'am, all you gotta do is wear a mask, come home, wash up, clean up real good. That's all you gotta do. Wear your mask, come home, wash up real good. Clean up. Like, come on, now your kids about to get on the street. Now y'all about to be on the street. A lot of y'all women about to be on the street. And it's the choices y'all made.
Because I didn't want to endanger my kids' health with that. So from staying home, I fell behind in my rent.
What did you expect, ma'am? She said, staying home, I fell behind in my rent. What the hell did you expect, ma'am? And listen, if she decided to stay home, why she didn't do an internet business? It's a lot. You can make money online, ma'am. Why you didn't start your internet business? Why you didn't try to find something to do online? Why you didn't sit home all day and start do surveys or something? They pay you to do surveys. Even Amazon, I think Amazon has, thank y'all for hitting the Cash App and the PayPal. Amazon, who is this texting me? Amazon even got on, some of these companies you could work online. So you sat home and didn't do nothing. You didn't try to sell anything. You didn't try to find an online job. You didn't do nothing. You just sat home. Sat on your ass, played in your vagina, eat. All she did was stay home, play in her coochie, eat, and let her bills pile up. That's all you did. Stay home, playing your cootie cat, let a bum ass nigga come hit every now and then. And let your bills pile up. That's it. Where your baby daddy's at? Uh-oh. Baby daddy's never around. It's crazy. And we're supposed to feel sorry for these women.
And I knew that, okay, I have to go back, even if it means risk my health, risk my kids' health. So I did go back to work to come up with the money. And once I came up with the money to go to the rent office, to the landlord and them to present the money, and found that I was put in eviction. And that really took me to.
That don't even make sense, man. Ma'am, they always give you a 30-day letters. Ma'am, you tried to go back to work when it was too late. Do you hear this lie she just told? Ma'am, legally, they have to give you a 30-day notice, ma'am. She tried to make it seem like they just sprung an eviction on her out of nowhere. Do y'all hear these lies these women come up with? Ma'am, you're lying to try to get sympathy. I went back and to come up with the money. As soon as I went to the renter's office, I found out I was evicted. No, ma'am, they send you a written letter legally. They can't just evict you out of the clear blue sky. What is wrong with these women out here, man? They like it the hard way. They love doing everything the hard way when they could do it the easy way and find a good man and a good husband that got some kind of career, business, job, investments, all three. You got some men out here that got multiple streams of income. Nowadays, a lot of black men even understand we got to have multiple streams of income. You can't just work a job. Even it's a lot of black men who understand I got multiple streams of income. I can't just, a job ain't going to cut it. I got to have this. I got to have that. I got to invest here. I got to build here. I got to do this. We understand we got a lot to do. You got to have multiple streams. And a lot of good brothers are understanding that in this day and age. Now you're going to go back to work when it's too late. She waited till she got 3 months behind and she tried to go back to work 2 days before she had to leave. Oh my God, I can't believe this lie she just told. Listen to this lie. Man, they give you a 30-day notice, man. Don't try that shit.
Because I didn't want to endanger my kids' health with that. So from staying home, I fell behind in my rent. And I knew that, okay, I have to go back.
He said, I'm not giving you shit. A man like me going to make his bread and make sure his children are safe and bills are paid off. Exactly.
Even if it means risk my health, risk my kids' health. So I did.
So she tried to go back when it was too late. She came home, sat on her ass, and didn't work because of the pandemic. When she saw her bills were piling up and nobody was giving her shit, now you want to go back when it's too late. That's what really happened, ma'am. You went back when it was too late. What? What kind of mother of you to sit on your ass, let your bills pile up, and endanger your family to live on the street? Would you rather risk COVID and make that money and make sure your kids got a place to stay, or be on the street, or be outside on the street? Which one is it? So you went back when it was too late. You sat on your ass and let your bills pile up. She just sat on her ass because the government people are supposed to give her stuff. Listen to this lie. Listen to how she lied.
Did go back to work.
You went back to work when it was too late, ma'am.
Come up with the money. And once I came up with the money to go to the rent office, to the landlord and them to present the money, and found that I was put in eviction. And that really took me to a whole nother.
She said she went to the office and found out she was put out an eviction. Ma'am, you know you had an eviction. You tried to pay the money when it was too late.
Space and a whole nother living another nightmare of not wanting to go back to my car.
So then what happened?
And when I went in to pay
and first of all, she got a car. Ma'am, you could have did DoorDash. A fat lazy mother. And that's what she is, a big fat lazy mother. A big fat lazy mom. You could have did DoorDash. You could have did Uber. You could have did Lyft. You sat on your ass for months, eating up your food stamps. All she probably had was food stamps coming in. As you see, she didn't miss a meal. She get food stamps, of course. And you sat on your ass. You could have did DoorDash. You're driving. You just said you're driving. You didn't want to go back to your car. You could have did DoorDash. Man, it's all kind of stuff you could have did, ma'am. Nowadays, there's no excuse for being broke. Either you're lazy or you work. Let me show you a scripture it says in Proverbs about lazy people end up in poverty. About lazy people end up in poverty. But the hand of the diligent shall be made rich. What's that scripture? Lazy hands make for poverty. Let me pull the scripture up. Lazy hands, Proverbs 10:4. Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Let me put that on the mother speakers. See, a lot of y'all don't live by these principles. I do. I live by these principles. I got principles I live by. That's how you become successful. I got principles, morals, guidelines that I live by. Let me pull it up on the mother effing screen. I want y'all to see this. Ma'am, you sat around being lazy. That's why you're in poverty. Lazy hands, Proverbs 10:4. Read it your damn self. You don't read the Bible, you need to read that. You need to read it, mother effer. You don't read the Bible, mother effer. If you don't read the Bible, mother effer, you need to read it. Let me put it up on the screen because I'm a man. I live with principles. It's a principle I live by. Moral code I live by. That's how God has blessed me to be successful. Proverbs 10:4. Let me pull it up so y'all can see it nice and big. Proverbs, the book of wisdom. Can't lay around and then complain. Get up off your stinking ass. Get up off your stinking funky ass. What that say right there? Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. Proverbs 10 mother effing 4. Lazy people expecting everybody to give you something, and you wonder why you're in poverty. You're broke. You don't have no bank account, no business account, no savings account. You ain't got nothing, no investments, no job. You wonder why you're in poverty because you're lazy and you're expecting a handout. And that's the problem with this society and with this system and with this welfare stuff. These women are lazy. Y'all lay around. That's why y'all broke. You're lazy. All y'all want to do is get dick down and lay around and eat. And 80% of our women are overweight. Y'all want to lay around, fuck, and be lazy. They always getting some dick. They always eat. Let me tell you something, a black woman going to eat and she going to get some dick. Two things a black woman will get. Two things. They're going to eat and they're going to get some dick. That's the rules that they live by. They're going to make sure they get that dick and some food. They're going to eat and fuck. Black women, they going to eat and fuck. They're going to make sure they eat and fuck. Eating and fucking, two things black women are going to do. That's the code they live by, eating and fucking. Lazy hands makes for poverty, but diligent. Do y'all know what a diligent mean? That means a person that's always busy working, a person that's always handling business. That person will become wealthy. Lazy people, they live in poverty. Diligent people, it brings wealth. A lot of people don't know that. You can't lay around on your ass and blame people. You ain't putting in no effort. You ain't putting in no work. You ain't trying to do nothing. And you wonder why you're getting evicted. Because you didn't work. You didn't do nothing. You didn't handle the situation. You let the situation handle you. Because y'all depend on who? Your white daddy. Let's listen to some more of this, man.
The rent, they said, well, Miss Smith, we can't take it. It was over like $2,000, and they say they can't take $2,000. And I immediately just went to a space where, okay, can you give me my money order back, and I'll try to move with. I'll try to find somewhere else to move. And then following the next day, she was like, Miss Smith, you were so upset, but we wanted to talk to you. And then that's the part where I had to pay them to stop the eviction and also pay over $2,000 and some for rent. And that's when I became in contact as a tenant with the Miami Worker Center. And from there, I have been a member and fighting not only for me, but all the other ones that came to DC, all my fellow members that came to DC to join the movement of the eviction moratorium and the National Tenant Bill of Rights to be cleared, to make it clear. That's what we're fighting.
So they're all begging a white man for a check. Mr. White Man, please don't. I don't understand it. Mr. White Man, please don't evict us. But you sat on your ass for months and didn't do nothing. I'm your boy Zillionaire. How long I've been on here, man? I might have to continue this later. Because it's a lot to show. Here go another single mother begging a white man. I'm gonna show you mad videos of black women begging a white man instead of building a family. Instead of choosing marriage, they choose single motherhood and they choose to beg the government for a check. Sad. Now here go another single mother begging the government, begging a white man. Here we go. Another one. She wants to beg the white man. Let's listen to her beg and give you her sob story about let her give you your sob story, how she's a single mother. Let's listen to this crybaby ass story. I'm a single mother. Who chose to be a single mom? Who chose it? Who chose to be a single? That's just like me saying, man, let me shut up. Let me just play it. Lord have mercy. Let's listen to this shit. Now they crying about the pandemic has brought, let me read this. The pandemic has brought low-income women to the brink. Here's how 5 are surviving. Ma'am, if you would have had a husband, you would have been making it in a pandemic. If you would have had you a good man, you wouldn't have to worry about bills in the middle of a pandemic. You chose to have babies by Pookie and Ray Ray. You chose that community ding-a-ling that you share with those other women and those other baby mamas instead of finding a husband, building a family, because God said it's man, woman, and child. That's the order of our society. That's what God ordained, man, women, and child. That's what God ordained. But for some reason, and in the black community, they have excluded the father. They have excluded the father in the black community. They have chosen to pick poorly when it comes to having children. Let's listen to this. Her cry about her being a single mother and not providing a good father figure and not being married, and about her choosing motherhood over marriage. Let's listen.
My name is Shelly Eason. I grew up in Raleigh, North Carolina. When the pandemic hit, it took me back to a place where I felt like I was gonna have to start over again. My life before the pandemic, it was kind of shaky. It wasn't all the way good, should I say, but I was comfortable. A lot of times, if I could just pay my rent, I'm okay. And that's always been my main focus. The job that I had, they tried to suffice by giving us extra hours. Then they stopped that and said we couldn't go over 32. So I fell behind, couldn't play catch ups.
They always got them long ass, they make sure they got them long ass eyelashes though, don't they? They make sure they got them long ass spider eyelashes.
So I go,
them crazy looking eyelashes. They always got that though, don't they?
So trying to find me another job that would give me my hours. Started out getting my hours, and the same thing happened again. At that point, I kind of fell behind too far. At that point, couldn't play catch up, so I got given us extra hours. Then they stopped. A lot of times, if I could just pay my rent, I'm okay. That's always been my main focus. The job that I had, they tried to suffice by giving us extra hours. Then they stopped that and said we couldn't go over 32. So I fell behind, couldn't play catch up. So I go.
All right. So the job you had gave you less hours. You should have been working 2 jobs. Okay, they give you less hours. You should have, ma'am, you have to work 2 jobs. You see how a lot of mothers, you know how some single mothers, you got to work 2 jobs, man. You don't have a husband. You need 2 incomes. Uh-oh. Ma'am, you need a husband. You need 2 incomes. You're struggling. I bet you a nigga in there fucking her though. I bet you she smoking weed, getting smashed by some bum ass nigga. I bet you that much. You could tell nigga be hitting that. You could tell she be getting that hood ding-a-ling. You can look at her face and tell. Look at her face. I bet you she smoked that. I bet you she get that weed though. Look at her lips. Come on now. I'm from the hood. I know who smoke weed. Let's stop it. Don't act like she don't smoke weed. She got weed lips. Usually people that smoke weed, their lips are blacker, darker. You got a certain ring around their lips when they smoke weed. Come on, y'all. If you ain't from the hood, then you don't know what I'm talking about. Everybody that smoke weed or cigarettes, their lips change colors. Come on now. She makes sure she got that weed though. Now, ma'am, they cut your hours back. You should have got another job. She should have been working 2 jobs. You don't want to have a husband. You don't want to, you just want to have sex with niggas. You just want to sleep with niggas and have a child and have children. Now you got to do it yourself. Now you got to work 2 jobs. Your choice. We're supposed to feel sorry for you. I don't get it, man. You chose to be a single mother. You chose to have a baby out of wedlock. You chose to struggle. You chose to work at Walmart, Target. That's what you chose. Now you got to work at Walmart and Target. Like, that's all to it. You got to work at Walmart, Target, or McDonald's. One of the 3.
So trying to find me another job that would give me my hours. Started out getting my hours, and the same thing happened again.
Okay, now this woman is saying she worked a job and they cut her hours back. Then she got another job, they cut her hours back. And you still got behind on your what's the name? Keisha, what are you talking? What is Keisha coming here talking about when you're overweight, cover your butt with a large what? Anyway, what the hell is Keisha talking about? Somebody said, oh, pff. Exactly, Roxy Graham. Good point. All of them got stimulus checks, unemployment check. Right. What are they doing with all that money? Right. Exactly. I look like she smoked hers up. I don't care. She smoked hers up. She don't have good money management. You know, some people, they got money, they just don't have good money management. It's just like a rich person that go broke. You ever know rich people that go broke? They don't have good money management. They don't have good money management. They just don't. Doesn't matter whether you're middle class, poor, or rich. If you don't have good money management, you're going to lose your money.
At that point, I kind of fell behind too far. And
so she was working and you still fell behind on rent, ma'am. You worked 2 different jobs. You went from one job, then you got another job, and you still behind on rent? Nope, you smoked too much weed. Nope, you spending your money somewhere else, man, because you had jobs and you didn't pay your rent. That should be your number 1 priority. You got some people that spend more money on weed. I know females who spent $500-$600 a month on weed. That's rent, right? That's rent money right there. A lot of these women, they will smoke their rent money. They will smoke up their rent money. I know women who have done it. They have a habit of $600-$700 a month. They smoke weed all day when they get off of work, all weekend. This shit don't make sense. Ma'am, you should have been paying your rent. But no, you got some habits going on.
And I had to start all over again. They ended up saying that they were going to evict me. My thought process at that point in time was to just hurry up and find me somewhere to move, because I've been homeless before.
And she's been homeless before. So, ma'am, if you've been homeless before, you should have put yourself in a situation where you won't be homeless again. I grew up in Philly. I got tired of being broke. Guess what I did? I started selling dope. Guess what? I got sick of the streets of Philly. I got tired of selling dope on the streets of Philly. And I went on to other things. Ma'am, you got to move on to other things in life. You're homeless, and now you're about to be homeless again? And you have a son? And you got behind on rent and you were working? And during a pandemic, they're giving you unemployment money? What are you doing with your money, man? You got some habits going on. Something's not right with that picture. Anytime a mother has been working and you have one son, this woman has one son. Oh my God. You have only one child, ma'am, and you were working and you still didn't pay your bills. You have one child, ma'am. Yeah, one child, miss. One child. And you still got behind on rent and you were working. Come on, man. Come on. Let a black man say that. Let a black man come on and say, you know what? I was working and I got behind on my rent. Nigga, why you ain't pay your rent when you was working? See, black man, we don't get no sympathy with this. Nigga, why you ain't pay your rent, nigga? Nigga, you was working, wasn't you? Nigga, you was working, wasn't you? Why you ain't pay your rent? Ain't that what they'll say? That's what they say to black men. We can't make these excuses. That's my point. Men, we can't make excuses. We don't have a choice. If we notice our women have every excuse in the book. Do you see black men coming online making excuses? We understand nobody gives a shit about our excuses. Nobody gives a shit about. We know we can't make up excuses as black men. We either get it done or we don't. We either make it happen or we don't. We either get through it or we don't. Huh? We either weather the storm or we don't. Either we go fight Goliath and take him down or we don't. It ain't no excuses for black men. These women got excuses for everything. Picking poorly in men. They make excuses for picking the wrong type of men. They make excuses for having multiple baby daddies. They make excuses for putting the wrong man on child support. They make excuses for being violent and ignorant. They make excuses for being loudmouth and not listening. They make excuses for not picking a husband. They got excuses for everything. They got excuses for working and not paying their rent. They got excuses for every damn thing. God damn. Black men, society doesn't give us excuses. Let me put it like that. Black men, we understand society don't give us excuses. We don't get excuses. We got to get that shit done. Hello, somebody. Black men, we either get the shit done or we don't. There ain't no handouts. It ain't no gimmies. It ain't no help. We don't get none of that. So we go get the shit done with no excuses. We deal with whatever we got to deal with. We suffer through it. We don't sit back on our ass talking about, well, you know. I'm talking about my good brothers. I ain't talking about these bum-ass trifling niggas that y'all had babies by. When I speak it for the good men. Understand that. If you're new to my channel, I speak up for the good brothers because we get the bad end of the stick every time. We always get the bad end of the stick. In relationships, everything. We have it hard. Trifling niggas, they have it easy. Trifling niggas have it easy. Good brothers, we have it hard. Period. That's just a fact. We know we got to get shit done. We know these trifling niggas, they can lay around and not do nothing. They can live off of women. Trifling niggas can live off of multiple women. Real men, we understand we don't do that. We don't live off of fucking women. We got kids, we got to be a father. We got bills, we got to work, we got to pay them. Whether we start our own business, have our investments, a career, nowadays it's good to have all three and different streams of income. You got to have multiple streams of income. Nowadays, I understand that multiple streams of income, period. Nowadays, you got to have it. There's no way around it. One job ain't going to cut it. I'm sorry. One job nowadays is not going to cut it. It's not enough. You got to have multiple things going on. And men, we understand that. Women, they sit back on their ass. Well, the government going to give me something. A simp going to give me something. A sugar daddy going to give me something. They going to get something from somewhere. I'm going to go on Facebook and I'm going to put up a GoFundMe. Somebody going to pay for it. Somebody always paying for these women. Somebody is always paying for men. We got to get this shit done. Well, ain't nobody gonna help our black ass. Nobody give a shit about black. Let me say this loud and clear. Black men understand nobody gives a shit about us. That's a harsh reality. Black men, we understand nobody gives a fuck about us. So we got to care about ourselves and we got to care about our kids. Say that again. Society don't give a fuck about black men. A lot of our women don't give a fuck about us. Let me just tell the hardcore truth here. Our women really don't give a shit about us because they're selfish. Let me just put it out here like this. The truth is, Our women, they really, when it comes down to it, they only give a fuck about themselves. Let's call it what it is. When it comes down to it, it's about them. Society don't give a fuck about black men. Our women are selfish as fuck. They only care about themselves. So men understand we got to get this shit done. Nobody gives a fuck about us. Let's call it what it is. That's a hard pill to swallow, but it's the truth. It's something that I had to understand. I'm like, damn, people really don't give a fuck about black men. They don't give a shit about what we go through. None of that shit. They don't give a fuck about black men. They don't give a fuck about us need more black fathers in the home. You don't hear nobody talking about that. We need more black fathers in the home. We need to stop the gang violence. We need more black men to be bosses and entrepreneurs. We need more black men to be investors. We don't hear nothing about talk about that shit. We need more black men to lead. No, they talk about toxic masculinity and all this other stupid shit. They try to beat us down. They try to destroy black men. They try to destroy us, emasculate us, beat us down, degrade you, all kind of shit. You're a man, you're a leader, you speak the truth, they want to counsel you. Your own women want to counsel you. They want to get rid of you. Oh, he's a man, he's a black man speaking the truth. Oh, let's cancel him. Your own women to get rid of your ass. They'll get rid of your ass, but they won't get rid of the bum ass nigga that's laying next to him, though. Ain't that funny? Black women will want to get rid of a man on YouTube that speaks the truth, but they won't get rid of the bum ass niggas that's laying next to them and they about to get evicted. That shit don't make sense. Black women to get rid of a man that handle his business, speak the truth, a good brother. He don't live off of women, got his own shit together, but they won't get rid of the bum that's next to him. They won't campaign to get rid of trifling niggas. They only campaign to get rid of real men. Do y'all notice that about black women? They only campaign to get rid of real men. They never campaign to get rid of the bums and the losers. They get pregnant by them. Uh-oh, I know that hurt. What I just said, that shit hurt, didn't it? Uh-oh. They never campaign to get rid of the bum-ass nigga that get them pregnant, but if you a real man, they campaign to get rid of you. We need to get rid of him. He's a real man. They don't campaign against Pookie and Ray Ray. They fight over them niggas. If you notice, black women will fight over Pookie and Ray Ray. They'll fight over that nigga. They'll kill you over that nigga. They'll kill you over community ding-a-ling. They'll fight over community dick. But be a real man. Oh, hell no. What he say? Black, this how black, oh, what he say? We got to get rid of him, girl. Black women will campaign to get rid of real men and fight over the no good piece of shit men. Mind blowing. I'm your boy Zillionaire, and they wonder why they're struggling single mothers. Wonder why they don't have no husband. They wonder why successful black men are marrying outside their race. This is y'all y'all put yourselves in that situation. I'm out of here. I'm getting hungry. I've been on here an hour. Man, your boy Zillion. I know the truth. I know the truth hurt. I know it do. I know it's some of them watching in the bushes right now. And watch when I get off the live, y'all. Watch when I get off the live. Wait for the comments. Wait for the comments, y'all. Woo! Watch how I get that. Woo, boy, you tell black women the truth. We got to get rid of him. He's a real man. We got to get rid of that nigga. They'll campaign against you. But Pookie and Ray Ray, black women will be in the street half killing each other. Black women will be in the street half killing each other over that community dick. Lying ass, cheating ass nigga. A black woman will be in there fighting. They be on World Star Hip Hop fighting over that community dick. Woo! They'll fight over that community dick. Nigga fucking everybody. But be a real man. Be a real man. See if them Jezebels don't come against you. I don't feel sorry for these women. Y'all chose single motherhood over getting married. Black women, if you don't build with your black men, y'all gonna be broke, y'all gonna be homeless, and y'all gonna be begging a white man for the rest of your life. If you notice, the majority of these women, and I got a ton of more videos I could have watched. Majority of these women are broke, they're struggling, and they're begging a white man when they don't have to do that. You need to build with your black men. You need to pick better father figures. Need to go outside the hood and find you some good brothers. Period. But that's right. If the nigga ain't in the hood, he lame. That's right. If he ain't a hood nigga to black women, he lame. So they rather have babies by broke ass hood niggas and struggle all their life. Niggas fuck them, put babies in them, and leave. That's the lifestyle y'all chose. I'm out of here. I'll see y'all later. Somebody said they coming by one day. What do you mean you coming by one day? You coming by one day? Whatever. All right, y'all. Coming by where? Oh, my God. All right, y'all. I'll holler at y'all later, man. The truth speaker, the guy that makes everybody mad. I tell you, boy. Man.
Zillionaire entertainment, baby. 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 zillionaire.